9 साल हो गए बाइकिया को शुरू किए हुए, राइट? 2016 में you started, and I remember one of the earlier conversations we were having on this. You were like, यार 3-4 साल में इसको build करूँगा, scale करूँगा और exit करूँगा. और फिर about 4 years, 5 years later, COVID आ गया. COVID का एक shutdown आया. We did our first podcast then. You were telling me about how sort of you're navigating that time. वो sort of laws और restrictions बहुत थे. फिर COVID के बाद चीज़ें खुली, cost of capital कम हुआ, थोड़ा सा एक boom आया. The tech space saw some life. एकदम से investment आना शुरू हुई. Airlift आया उस वक्त. And then all of that collapsed.
Yeah.
और फिर उस collapse के बाद the tech space hasn't recovered. अच्छा, साथ में what happened was there were two major players in the market initially. It was Careem and Baikia. Careem was on the car side, Baikia was on the bike side.
Yeah.
आज अगर हम देखें तो InDrive ने market को dominate किया है. Careem तो is nowhere present, it seems.
Right.
इसी के साथ Yango आ गया market के अंदर. You guys are in the market. So दो tracks को अगर हम लेके चलें, let's start with the first track, which is the tech space and the evolution of that space over the last 9 years. I want to cover that first, and then I want to go into the ride-hailing and the drive space over there. Walk me through what happened in tech, because it doesn't look good.
Yeah. I think tech को आपको दो में तोड़ना पड़ेगा. एक तो basically services है जो कि पाकिस्तान की लेबर को इस्तेमाल करती है wage arbitrage के लिए. मतलब आप सस्ते लोग निस्बतन basically पाकिस्तान में India's played that playbook as well. You hire them to essentially to work for enterprises around the world, and I think that's doing fine.
The cheap labor.
The cheap labor.
It's
right?
being disrupted by AI.
I think it will. Perhaps,
call centers, for example, are disrupted by AI.
Yeah, I think it will take a little bit of time before basically you start seeing the impact of that, right? At least short term, though, the people who are skilled can find work online that is remote and that allows them to earn in dollars. So I think that segment of tech is fine, will perhaps continue to do well. And if you think about where India, our neighbor has done well, they've done well in essentially labor arbitrage in services. जैसे China ने labor arbitrage किया है basically in manufacturing या industries. India's done that in services. In fact, India's IT की जो labor की basically earnings हैं, export है, that exceeds Saudi Arabia की oil exports, right? So I think India was able to grab on to these contracts and these relationships a lot earlier than us. I think जिस time पे war and terror वगैरह शुरू हुई है, unfortunately we did
हम
not
distracted थे.
हम distracted थे. We did not become a destination for enterprises around the world to source cheaper talent.